All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. He won from the Rock. Steven Seams and Justin Schultz have the front row. Ed Sr. and Ryan McDaniel in the second row. Tyler Clifford, Brian Hewitt on the third row. Zach Mead and Bill Rabbits have the fourth row. Joe Lux and David Lux rounding out the top 10. John Barry and Timmy Martin round out the field, and it does look like it is going to be a single heat here tonight. Chris Johnson not able to make the race. Steven Seams does not take the grid. As we were saying, Chris Johnson unable to make the race here tonight. And it's worth noting, folks, we normally have these races on YouTube the same night. We made a post about it. That has begun to change. So the races will be on YouTube some point tomorrow. It does take a little longer now, but you can watch our races in beautiful 4K on YouTube. We've already posted a couple of races in 4K on YouTube. They are beautiful. Go check them out. We even made a playlist to make it easier to find those 4K videos. Hey, good evening, Onyx. How are you? All right, here we go. Heat 1. The pace car is in. Ed Sr. in control. The green flag flies here at the Rock. And Zach Mead had a problem getting going. That has checked up the rest of the field. Oh, Brian Hewitt gets together with Justin Schultz. Ed Sr. out front. Ryan McDaniel also caught a piece of that. Tyler Clifford and Zach Mead, second and third. Tyler Clifford takes the lead in Heat 1. Zach Mead now to second, but here comes John Barry to take third. David Lux now up into fourth. Lux has a little bit of a blink. Brian Hewitt has recovered, as has Ryan McDaniel. Meanwhile, Tyler Clifford continues to lead Timmy Martin way behind, back in 11th. John Barry holds on to third. David Lux and Joe Lux back behind, fourth and fifth. Four laps to go in Heat 1, and as we said, due to the size of the field, looks like it'll be a single heat night. David Lux still having a connection problem, but Joe Lux just set the fastest lap so far. The top three, nose to tail. Zach Mead looking to the high side as they head into one. Tyler Clifford shuts the door. Now Zach looks underneath, down the back straightaway, side by side. Clifford gets the better run into three, but Mead is fighting back underneath. 2 laps to go. Will lap traffic become a problem as David Lux has just taken third from John Barry? Lux's blinking could be a problem. Barry looks underneath, reclaims third. And here we go, the white flag flies for Heat 1. That lap car ahead may become a problem, and John Barry is looking for second. Lux tries to go back to the high side. And it is going to be a close battle here tonight, especially when we get to the feature here in a moment. Out of turn 4, it's going to be close. Tyler Clifford gets the win. David Lux holds on to second. Zach Mead in third. And if that was the battle with part of the field, can you imagine what it's going to be like about 10 laps from now? As here we go for the feature in the late models. Edmund Jones and Richie Joplin have the front row. Tyler Clifford, David Lux on the second row. Zach Mead and John Barry on the third row. Joe Lux and Ed Sr. have the fourth row. Brian Hewitt, Ryan McDaniel round out the field. Timmy Martin starting in 11th. Justin Schultz in 12th. Bill Rabbit starting in 13th. Steven Seams not gonna race. Everybody is stacked up, ready to go. Worth noting, the top two on track are also fighting for the top 2 points, or the top 2 positions in the championship. Edmund does have a big lead in the late models, but in the ARCA cars, Edmund only leads by 4 points. So you definitely want to be here for race 2 tonight. Also, as we mentioned, tomorrow night, another HTSAI BeamNG night. If you got Beam, come join us for a little bit of fun. Also, don't forget to check out the new 4K broadcasts on YouTube. Alright, here they come. Out of turn 4, pace car dives in. The green flag flies. The feature is underway at the Rock. The top 2 side by side into 1 and 2. Edmund sends it deep. Richie slides down. Tyler Clifford moves into 3rd. Barry in 4th. Ed Sr. already picking up a couple of spots. He is up into 6th. Brian Hewitt got caught up in that early incident in Heat 1. Trying to fight his way back. He's up 2 spots into 7th. Edmund Jones leads the first couple of laps. It looks like Clifford got a little out of shape. Coming out of turn 4, holds on to it. John Barry not in a position to take advantage of it quite yet. Looks like Ed Sr. and Brian Hewitt both got loose out of 2. Ed Sr. is way loose going into 3. There is the old saying, loose is fast, but on the edge of out of control. Man, Senior is right on that edge tonight, trying to get past Zach Mead. Ryan McDaniel up into 8th. David Lux has slipped back into 9th. And Joe Lux back to 10th. Bill Rabbit's already up a couple of spots into 11th. Plus Rabbits has the advantage of driving the Superflow car tonight, as it looked like Justin Schultz was the first one to kiss the wall out of turn 2 that time. Edmund continues to lead, but remember, they have set their fastest laps by now. The tires are going to start wearing very, very fast here in a moment, and it's going to come down to who did the best conserving the tires in the early laps. John Berry is taking 3rd from Clifford. Clifford is slipping back. Bill Rabbit's on the attack, but Bill got the apron. Got a little loose out of 4, but holds on to it. He was looking underneath Joe Lux, but did not get the run. Timmy Martin right there on the bumper. Hey, good evening, DJ. Have a good night, buddy. Ryan McDaniel is caught up to Brian Hewitt. Now, he pointed this out. These two do have a history that at the start of 2025 looked like it was over. No more Brian versus Ryan battles. However, over the last couple of weeks, Ryan and Brian have gotten together a couple of times. Will we see the return of the weekly? Holy cow! Lux was out of shape and blinking. Almost got into Ryan. Up front, Edmund continues to lead. Richie's still right there. John Berry just over a half second behind in 3rd. Tyler Clifford is losing ground. Almost 2 seconds behind in 4th. 5th place, Zachary Mead is closing in. Ed Sr. back in 6th, continues to hold Hewitt off. David Lux back in 8th, Ryan McDaniel in 9th. Joe Lux in 10th. Lux is the other Lux is blinking now. Somebody fix the Lux's internet for him. Richie is pulling back up close to Edmund. He's only been a couple of car lengths behind, but he is starting to tighten up. He has been the faster of the two the last few laps. John Berry in 3rd, also hanging about 0.6 of a second back. He's not gaining any ground, but not losing any. John Berry comes into ninth, 3rd in points. In fact, the top three run exactly as they are in points. John has had a great season all season long. Eventually, they'll change his nickname. Although he did tell me a while back, he is worried about him changing his nickname. That could jinx him. Richie is pulled right back up to Edmund's bumper. Joe Lux has had a problem back behind. We'll take a look here in a moment. Could just be blinking. No, Joe is in trouble. He is out of the racing surface. We will not see the caution. Richie tried to make the move, but didn't have enough there. Let's see what happened to Joe a moment ago. There's Joe. Holy cow. Looked like he blinked and reappeared right on top of the other car. And man, what a hit! Timmy Martin, the car that was underneath of him, does not look like he took any damage. Timmy is closing in. In fact, Timmy has been conserving tires. He is closing in on everybody. Right now, Timmy Martin is the fastest car on track. As John Barry is suddenly shot to the lead. See if we can see what happened. Oh, Richie and Edmund battling just ahead. Richie gets a little bit of contact, goes up the track. John Barry able to capitalize. Take another look at this incident. Edmund shoots to the bottom as they go off into three. Just that little bit of contact. Fortunately, Richie can save it. And John Barry, right place, right time. Right at the halfway point, John Barry leads the race. Now, of the top three, right now, John is the only one that has not been to victory lane this season. Could tonight be the night? It is long overdue to see John in victory lane. If he can get it done here tonight, he has definitely earned it. Does look like Richie has some left front. Oh! And he gets the outside wall. He's got some left front damage. Likely now has some right side damage. See if we can get another look at the right side of Richie's car. Looked like a little scratched up, but nothing major on that right side. Edmund Jones right behind John Barry. And it looks like Edmund may have gotten away with that. I might have seen a little damage on the right rear, but not a whole lot. Definitely nothing significant that's going to impact the handling. And Edmund is going back on the attack. Looks underneath John Barry. Can't quite get there. Zachary Meade back in fourth. Now is David Lux. Lux is back up into fifth. Brian Hewitt currently in sixth. Tyler Clifford has slipped back to seventh. This is a bit of a surprise. Now we talked about how Timmy Martin was the fastest on track a little bit ago. He has now moved up into the top 10. He is closing in on Bill Rabbit. And at the moment, Timmy's still turning the fastest laps. Bill got a little squirrely out of turn 2. That has allowed Timmy to get a little bit closer. Ryan McDaniel currently in 8th. Ryan has had some consistently good weeks, including multiple heat wins. You gotta wonder if the bad luck has finally been shaken for Ryan. Timmy now looking underneath Bill Rabbit. That is the battle for 9th. Back up front, John Barry still holding on to the lead. Also worth noting, Zachary Meade is currently 5th in points, just 1 point behind Tyler Clifford. Meade runs in 4th, Clifford in 7th. As they run now, Meade would pull up to 4th in points. But a big gap up to 3rd in points, John Barry. Richie Joplin still holds on to 3rd, but is about 1 second behind Edmund. Zachary Meade, 4.7 seconds back in 4th. The last time by, Meade was about 0.2 of a second faster than Richie, and again, Meade just a little bit faster. As Brian Hewitt is looking for 5th place, he is starting to look underneath David Lux. Timmy Martin has taken 9th place, and he is closing in on Ryan McDaniel. And he is closing quickly at the moment, 1.8 seconds back. John Barry has now put a couple of car lengths between him and Edmund. Richie in 3rd, Meade now just 3.7 seconds back. Brian Hewitt has now moved up into 5th. Brian Hewitt was having a great race last night at Dover until he got caught up in an incident. He had been running in the top 10 all night. A lot of the drivers out here tonight were in that SMRX series last night at Dover. Man, it was a wild one. I heard that after the race, the infield care center was very busy. That race got bumpy. Edmund is pulled back up to the bumper on John Berry as they get 10 to go. I'd be willing to bet John Berry is mirror driving as much as he is looking out the window. He is not going to give Edmund anywhere to go. It's worth noting a few weeks ago, Richie Joplin did say he was going to start racing other guys the way he is being raced. After that incident with Edmund, will Richie look for payback during the ARCA race? Timmy Martin now 1.5 seconds behind Tyler Clifford as Ryan McDaniel has just moved into 7th. Timmy is faster than both of the cars ahead. He still has time. He may very well move up to 7th. Six laps to go here at the Rock. But folks, don't forget, still one more race to go tonight. Right after this race, they'll put the late models in the trailers, unload the ARCA car, and go at it again here at the Rock. Five laps to go for John Berry. He just needs to keep it pointed the right way and keep that silver car in his mirror. The lap car of Ed Sr. is just ahead. Will that spell trouble for John? You gotta think Ed Sr. will do what he needs to do to help his son, who's running in 2nd. Oh, Sr. gets a little loose. John Berry looking to the bottom as they go into 3. Sr. moves up the track, lets him by. 3 laps to go for John Berry. And here we go, 2 laps to go. John Berry is yet to be in victory lane this season. He's pulling away from Edmund at the moment. Zachary Mead is just taking 3rd from Richie. Ryan McDaniel moves into 6th. Timmy Martin now up to 8th. As the white flag flies, one more time around, less than a mile to go, and holy cow, Edmund gets the wall. John just needs to keep it pointed the right way. Out of turn 4 for the first time this season, John Berry wins at the Rock. Edmund Jones coming home in 2nd. Zach Mead finishes third. Brian Hewitt pulls off fourth. Richie Joplin coming home in fifth. What an awesome win for John Barry. He has been close so many times this season. Finally gets it done tonight. And a great run for Zach Mead tonight as well. Coming home in third, a big points night for him. He'll move up to fourth in points. And let's see if we can talk to our top three, starting with Zach Mead. Zach, congratulations, back on the podium and a big points night as well. You'll move up to fourth in points.
Well, that's good news.
It was definitely exciting a few times tonight, that is for sure.
Yeah, I know David got a run on me there, man, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to hang on. It was pretty much a battle of who would hold the throttle down the longest, and then got up there, and I think this is the first time me and Richie have raced all season, not made contact, so that was good.
Well, that's definitely a plus. Richie definitely had a rough night. More contact would not have helped.
Yeah, I seen him get sideways and a bunch of smoke up there, and I thought there was going to be a wreck up front, but he held on to it, and really, I have a lot of fun racing with him. It's just had a lot of bad luck whenever I've gotten around him this season.
Well, man, you managed to avoid the bad luck tonight. You come home back on the podium. Congratulations, an awesome finish.
Thank you.
Edmund Jones comes home in second. Edmund, I have to wonder, your team's probably going to have to rip the right side of that body off.
Yeah, I'm wondering exactly how much my tire is left on the right front. Because it got bad there at the end. I mean, I was able to kind of pull up behind friggin' Barry there for a couple laps, but man, it just went away. And I told Richie, like, probably lap 15, I just said, screw these tires. And they've been squealing the entire time. So I'm kind of scared. I know Joplin said his was 0099. I bet mine's probably about there.
Probably so. This is a hard track on tires, and you guys obviously did not conserve a single bit of it.
No, sir. It was full send tonight, and I loved every last second of it. It was fun. Me and Richie, I think it was a little bit of net code. We were racing hard, and I don't know what happened. I'll have to go back and look. But thankfully, he saved it. Unfortunately, that let Barry by us, and I couldn't get back around him. So,
Well, still a great finish, and you extend your points lead a little further. Another great night. Congratulations.
hey, thanks, Doug.
Amy, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? And let's get a word with our winner, the first win of the season for John Barry. John, it took you long enough.
Right?
You've had a bunch of close calls with Victory Lane this season, but man, what a finish and great job keeping Edmund in your mirror.
Yeah, the seas parted there, they got together, and I just kept hitting my marks. And at the end, it was getting a little here. I would let off a little, let them get to me, and then go harder, because I just didn't want that right front tire to pop.
Well, it sounds like nobody saved a single bit of the tires tonight, and we know how hard this track is on tires, but man, you had just enough left at the end and a long overdue victory.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was awesome to get it finally. Get some bonus points.
Well, you'll definitely do that, man. Congratulations. A great win. It's about time, buddy.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for putting it on again tonight. And thanks, Ed, for the awesome season.
Oh, great job, bud.
Thank you.
John Barry gets the win at the Rock, but folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We've still got one more race to go tonight. They will pack up the late models, unpack the ARCA cars. We'll go at it again here at the Rock in just a moment. Stick around, everybody.